Beldum Community Day Classic is this weekend, a community day we've been waiting for a long time. So today I'm gonna get you guys up to speed with this event, everything you need to know to maximize on it, because this is an amazing Community Day Classic. You don't wanna miss it. Let's get into it. Okay, this event is August 18th, 2 to 5 p.m. So it's going to be on a Sunday for 3 hours. During the event, Beldums will be spawning everywhere in the wild with a shiny rate of 1 in 25. There will be the bonuses of quarter egg hatch distance, 3-hour incenses, and 3-hour lure modules. You'll also be able to take snapshots to get photobombed by 5 Beldums, getting you 5 extra Beldum encounters. And you can of course evolve Metang or a Shadow Metang all the way up into a Metagross to get the Legacy Charge Attack Meteor Mash. I do note, if you have a Shadow Metang that knows Frustration, it will not be able to get Meteor Mash during this event. However, lucky for you, you can actually remove Frustration during Beldum Community Day because the World Championship event is going down alongside with it, and it does have the bonus of you can use a Charge Gem to remove Frustration. So just make sure before you evolve your Metangs, you remove Frustration so your Shadow Metagross gets Meteor Mash. Now, of course, during the event, there will be Pokestop showcases as well as event field research tasks. With the task, catch 3 Beldums to get you a Beldum encounter, 5 Great Balls, 2 Ultra Balls, 2 Pineapple Berries, or 500 Stardust, as well as a $1 special research store you can go ahead and buy or gift to your friends, getting you 4 pages of research, getting you some extra Beldum encounters, some extra items, all that stuff. It's usually worth more than $1 in value, but it's not necessary to buy for the event. It's just optional. Okay, that's all the event details. Let's get right into the tips, starting with probably the most important one, which is the 100% IVs. What are the perfect IV CPs for Beldum in Pokemon Go that you should be looking out for? On screen is going to be Beldum's perfect IV chart, showing you the CPA Beldum will be at level 1 if it's a hundo or at level 50 if it's a hundo. Now, obviously, not all of these are going to be useful for us. There's only a couple ones we want to look at. First of all, if a Beldum is got from research, whether that be field, special research, timed research during the day, level 15 is the level it's caught at. 418 CP is going to be the hundo for a Beldum caught from research. If you're catching Beldums in the wild in weather boosting conditions, Beldum being a steel and psychic type Pokemon makes it boosted in snowy and windy weather. So if you have snowy or windy weather during the calm day, level 35 is the highest a Pokemon can be in weather boost. 906 CP will be the hundo level 35 for a Beldum. So if you see 906 in weather boost, that's a guaranteed hundo in the wild. If it's any weather other than weather boost though, level 30 is the highest that Pokemon can be in the wild. So 837 CP will be the hundo for a non-weather boosted Beldum in the wild. Now, obviously, other than that, there's going to be 32 other 100% IV CPs you could find for Beldum in the wild, and there's no really guarantee to get it. Like, even if you find a 307 CP, it's not guaranteed to be a level 11 hundo. It could be a higher level Beldum with worse IVs. So the best thing to do is just catch every Beldum you see, and also join a local Facebook or Discord group, or even campfire group where people will sometimes call out the hundos they catch, and you can run over and catch it for yourself. Now, unfortunately, hundos is not always the best thing. Sometimes you want PvP IVs, which are going to be low attack, high defense, high stamina. If you want to know why this is, I'll link below a video. So I quickly want to run through what the perfect PvP IVs, the best PvP IVs are for a Metagross in the Great League and the Ultra League. Starting off with the Great League, the rank 1 best possible stat product PvP IV for a Metagross will be a 2-15-15 IV set. But as you can see, anything with low attack, high defense, high stamina is fine. In the Ultra League, a 0-15-13 is going to be the best possible IV set for a Metagross, but again, anything low attack, high defense, high stamina is completely fine. Finally, a Master League, of course, 15-15-15, the hundo is the best thing you can go ahead and get. However, this begs the question, is it actually even worth getting a Metagross for the Great League and the Ultra League? Is it actually good, and is Metagross good in Pokemon Go? Okay, well, lucky for you, in PvP, Metagross doesn't see a lot of play in the lower leagues. In the Great League, you're going to see a rank 742 with the Shadow 808. In the Ultra League, you're at 565 for Metagross and 596 for Shadow Metagross. But in the Master League, Metagross actually does see some play. Regular Metagross ranked 55, Shadow a little bit worse, ranked 100. Metagross sees a lot more play as well in the Master Premier Cup. Don't think that's an option right now, but when the Master Premier Cup no legendaries comes back, Metagross definitely does see a bump in its rankings. Overall, Metagross is a Pokemon you want for the Master League, so you want the hundos. You don't really need the PvP IVs for them, and that's mainly because the hundos are also going to be used for raids. Yes, Metagross is a top raid attacker in both the Steel and in the Psychic category. In the Steel category, the Shadow Metagross is going to be ranked number 2 overall, not including Megas. That's of course only going to be behind Duskmane Necrozma. The regular Metagross will be ranked number 3, right behind the Shadow, and of course behind Duskmane Necrozma. Now, obviously, Metagross does the Bullet Punch and Legacy Meteor Mash, which you can get during this event to have those rankings as a Steel type attacker. Now, if we want to look at the Psychic category for Metagross, Shadow Metagross is going to be ranked number 5 overall, not including Megas, with the moveset of Zen Headbutt and Psychic, and regular Metagross ranked 15. So the Shadow is obviously the better option for raids, and those are the ones you're going to want to evolve to get Meteor Mash on. But if you don't have any Shadows, definitely go ahead and grab the regular Metagross because it's still a decent raid attacker. This is also great because Xerneas is actually coming back to raids on August 21st at 10 a.m. So you can go ahead and stock up some Metagrosses because that is a top counter for Xerneas, one of the best counters actually. So definitely go ahead and collect your team of Metagrosses, and I have a quick tip for how to do this really easily coming right up. Okay, look, if you wanted to go to Japan, it's like the greatest place on earth for Pokemon Go? Most people have. Well, I'm super excited because we finally put together, after months of planning, the Pokédaxi Japan group trip. Yes, March of 2025, we're gonna be going to Japan as a group trip, all meeting up there, exploring the sites, playing Pokemon Go, of course, and doing plenty of other fun stuff. I've linked below the full itinerary, everything you need to know about the trip, the price, the dates, etc., etc. And the first 10 people to book their spots are actually getting $200 off the total price. If you have any questions about the trip, DM me on Instagram or Twitter at Pokédaxi. I will gladly answer them, literally anything. And yeah, I hope to see you in Japan. Again, link below, check out the group trip. I'm super excited for this. It should be a blast. But the first thing we have to discuss, because we're gonna have to obviously power up these Metagrosses, is how to get a lot of candy for them. So let's go through my top candy tips on how to garden candy, and you especially wanna listen to these tips for this calm day because Beldum is hard to get candy for. Obviously, first of all, use pineapple berries. Regular pineapple berries will multiply catch candy by 2, and silvers by 2.34. Use pineapple berries or silver pineapples on any Beldums you see in the wild if you can to get more candy. You can also go ahead and activate Palkia's Spatial Rend ability that will double the spawn distance in which you can see for the price of Palkia candies and Stardust, especially on a calm day like Beldum when catching, getting the most amount of candy and XL candy is going to be the best thing you can do. Having Spatial Rend active the whole time is essential. If you don't have a Palkia with Spatial Rend, by the way, I recommend joining a local campfire or Discord group and see if anybody has any extra ones they can trade over to you. Doesn't matter the IVs on the Palkia, the only thing that matters is that you have a Palkia with the move Spatial Rend that you can go ahead and use. Next up, Mega Evolving a Pokemon is something you do not want to miss out on doing during this calm day. If you don't know, when you Mega Evolve a Pokemon, you'll get more candy, XP, and XL candy for Pokemon you catch that share a type with the Mega. Now, Beldum is a Steel and Psychic type Pokemon, so the options to Mega Evolve during this calm day are going to include Mega Alakazam, Mega Slowbro, Mega Steelix, Mega Scizor, Mega Gardevoir, Mega Aggron, Mega Medicham, Mega Latias, Mega Latios, Mega Rayquaza, or Mega Lucario. A lot of options of different Megas to Mega Evolve. Just make sure you're Mega Evolving the highest level one you have, because that will be when the bonus is most active. Next up, you can trade Pokemon. If you don't know, when you trade away a Pokemon, you'll get 1 regular candy, but if the distance seen where those 2 Pokemon were caught is over 100 kilometers, you're guaranteed an XL candy and 2 regular candies. So if you have a bunch of Beldums, see if there's a friend that might have recently went on a trip, has a bunch of distance Pokemon they can trade over you to get a bunch of extra candies. It's also really good to trade because if you and your friend get a bunch of Beldums and you mirror trade them, you could end up getting lucky Beldums, which are going to be half the amount of Stardust to power up. So especially if you're trying to build a team for Xerneas when that thing comes back to raids, you can go ahead and lucky trade a bunch of Beldums, get some Meteor Mash on any of the ones that go lucky, and then go ahead and power them up for half the price. You're going to have so much candy anyway because you followed the candy tips. It's amazing. You can get a team of 6 Metagrosses so easily during this calm day. And what's even better is that the final candy tip, transfer your Beldums, is going to be perfectly aligned with Mankey Spotlight Hour, August 20th from 6 to 7 p.m. where we'll have the bonus of 2 times transfer candy. This is obviously like 2 days after the calm day, so this is amazing. Any Beldums you end up catching, don't transfer them right after calm day. Try to do a couple trades with them if you can, and then on August 20th, transfer them during Mankey Spotlight Hour, 6 to 7 p.m. Super easy, just tag them all, transfer them, then you'll get 2 times the amount of candy. Now let's talk about some Platinum Medal tips. You need 35 Platinum Medals, go from level 48 to 49 in Pokemon Go. Which one should we be working on during this event? Obviously, of course, the Psychic Medal, catch 2,500 Psychic type Pokemon, self-explanatory, and same goes with the Rail Staff Medal. You also have the bonus of quarter egg hatch distance. So the Breeder Medal, hatch 2,500 eggs. If you end up spinning some stops, getting some 2-kilometer eggs, that's 500 meters per egg, even less on a super incubator. Even if you only have a free incubator, you can churn through a lot of eggs if you're walking, grinding during this event and hatching those 2-kilometer eggs because of the quarter distance. You also do get 5 snapshots during the day. Make sure you take those to work on your Cameraman Medal, have 400 encounters in Go Snapshot. Very easy and self-explanatory. We have 3-hour lure modules during the event. Make sure you drop lures in the busy areas and it can help you work on your Picnicker Medal. Use a lure module to help any trainer catch 2,500 Pokemon. If you go to your busy area before calm day starts, especially on a calm day like Beldum, and drop a lure where everyone's going to be playing, everyone's going to be catching Beldums off your lure, getting you a bunch of points towards this medal. You could actually do this medal in a single day if you really drop in a hot spot. Finally, there's Beldum showcases during the event. So the Showcase Star Medal, win 100 Pokestop showcases. Self-explanatory, try to win these as much as you can. And again, as always, drop into the less busy showcases, the more rural showcases, less competition, higher chance you end up winning. And of course, platinuming this medal so you can go ahead and get yourself that PhD Pikachu. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, enjoy the one below. Good luck on Beldum Calm Day. I'm going to be streaming it, so definitely tune into that. I'm super excited for this because this is a Calm Day classic we've waited for a long time. So let me know if you're excited and follow for tips. Peace.